Hi guys, so back today. Today is a project share for a Matchbox, a mini and a Matchbox swap that I did over at myscraproom.ning.com, hosted by Christy, who is Crafty Creations here on YouTube. And this is what I created. So we had to create two minis that fit in a Matchbox. Now, you guys know me, I have a hard time with following directions. No, actually not following directions, but just not making things too dimensional, and not too dimensional, but too, you know, thick. So this is what I created. They are basically identical boxes. The only difference on either of the minis is actually the charm that I created for the minis. So I'm just gonna set this one up for now and show you guys the outside of the box, and then I'll show you the other charm as we go. So this is, I actually had to create this box to house my mini. The the paper collection that I used was Voyage Beneath the Sea by G45, and I inked everything in carved pumpkin. I know inking it in orange is kind of an odd thing, but I just thought it kind of pulled out the colors a little bit better. Could have done blue, but again, I just thought that the orange was a little bit better. So I'll kind of go through and I'll show you guys what I did. So I used some paper from the paper collection, a combination of 12 by 12 and 8 by 8, and you can see there's a lot of sequins on there. And I don't know exactly what type of sequins they are because they came from my stash and they're from a long time ago. Hang on one second. Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to go corral the little monsters. So this box is a box that I created, and it's made out of 110-pound black cardstock, and it's the Recollections brand. As you guys can see, there's some shells on here. I don't know exactly what kind of shells there are. There's a little chipboard piece from the paper collection right here, and this is these little dies. It's a branch. What is it? It's a little Sizzix die, and it's called Branch with Leaves. The gears that you see are actually cut from my silhouette, and it was a cut file and I just shrunk it on down. And so there's paper from the paper collection I just matted on the sides, and the back, this is just a piece from the collection. On the back side there's also these. Now these little feet right here were some large jewels that I had in my stash, and I took my Dremel and I cut the top off and I sanded the bottom off and I glued them on with glossy accents, and hopefully they feel really sturdy so hopefully they stay on, but I just thought they kind of looked like a sea glass. I was going to use the Tim Holtz feet for that. Unfortunately they didn't fit because of the corner piece. It would block this from opening. So the front pull is from the Tim Holtz drawer pulls, and I had several packs of these, and this was one that I had left over from doing my ink caddy. So then with this, it's a Matchbox, so you open it up, and on the inside is the mini, and see it's just black, and then it's matted with some more pattern paper from the paper collection. And because it's a Matchbox, it's wiggly when the drawer is not in place. So we'll go ahead and put the drawer back in there. We're going to set that off to the side, and we're going to get into the mini album itself. And actually I will pull out the other one so I can show you guys the charm. Alright, so they are identical in construction. I mean, some of the placement might vary just a little bit. On this one, I'll just show you. The difference is this charm right here versus this charm. So this one is a dolphin, and then this one is a seahorse. And I just got some charms from Michael's. I used some beads from my stash and some jump rings and some pearls, that kind of stuff. I really don't enjoy making charms, but this one wasn't too bad. So I'm going to set that one off to the side, and I'll come back to this one, and I'll kind of walk you guys through this mini. So let's zoom in just a little bit. So on the front is more of the gears, and then also some of those sequins as well. I also found some miniature sand dollars and a little mini starfish, and I just thought it was so pretty. This is another little chipboard piece from the paper collection, and I left the cover pretty flat. I didn't want to make it two-dimensional so that it wouldn't fit in the box, because I created the box before I actually did the album. So on the side is more paper from the paper collection. I used, can't really see it on the front, but on the side you can kind of see it. It's a little scallop border. And then another chipboard piece from the paper collection. This is one of those, what is it, the little pulls things that I just put through, and then I adhered this to there. And then this little charm, you can leave it on there or you can take it off, but it's got a little clasp like that. And as you can see, this charm is identical except for this little dolphin piece, but I tried to keep them the same. And then it simply just hooks onto that little eyelet right there. And on the back is more paper from the paper collection. This is the 12 by 12 paper, and so I just cut off the gold, the koi fish or goldfish, whatever you want to call it, and matted it on the back side. This is a little bit different for me as well because I didn't do an actual closure to it. I felt like it actually stayed pretty flat. So let's get into the mini itself. So opening it up, I didn't do anything special. I didn't put a pocket or anything there. I wanted to try and keep this as flat as possible. Now the pages are just slightly smaller than a normal toilet paper mini. They're 2 1/4 tall by 4 1/8 wide. So they're just a little bit smaller. I needed to, originally it fit in a Matchbox, and as you know, flat as I kept my pages, there were still, it just became too thick to actually fit in there. So on here is it's all paper from the paper collection. I just fussy cut a couple of those fish. These are actually some mini gears that I had in my stash. I had ordered some gears off of eBay, and I didn't read how large they actually were, and they were super tiny, so I was waiting for an excuse to use them. You can see more paper. And then these are just a little pocket piece, little pieces. Now this is a stamp from the collection, and so is this. So both of these, and I stamped these in, let's see, it was Memento Rich Cocoa ink, and it just kind of shows up, so you know, you can put some stuff in there, and by stuff I mean pictures or journaling. Now I did create these little tags right here, and there's no paper on either of these. It was really thick already and hard, kind of, you know, hard to slip in, and so I figured if they put pictures or journaled on them, that would increase the thickness as well, and I wanted them to still be able to slide in and out. On the back is a little, let me actually grab a little piece of the paper collection so that I can show you this little tuck spot. And actually, here it is. Okay, so this is just a little piece from the collection, and I just backed it on some black cardstock. But the little mermaid is a tuck spot, so they can put a picture in there if they want to, and then just some sequins and more of those tiny little gears. I'll just leave that right there. Moving on to this, there are a couple of tuck pieces, so you can, behind the gears, they could put a picture underneath there. This is a magnet closure, and so when you open it up, it actually flips up, and all of the little gears are not permanently, you know, you can slip something behind them, so tiny little pictures could go behind each of those. And with these, what I did on the blue ones, I just put some Wink of Stella on there just to give them a little bit of something. The very next page is just a little belly band piece, and I have two little papers that they could put pictures on, or in the paper is light enough they could journal on. I fussy cut one of the little seahorses from the paper collection, and then I popped it up on some dimensionals. This is the branch die again. I just cut some little pieces and added some sequins to that piece, and I just thought that that was really adorable. This is another little spot. This is a piece from the paper collection that I cut out and popped up on some dimensionals, and then more of the what do you call it? More of the gears. So this is just a little pocket, so you could fit something in there. On the back side is a little pull-out pocket, and this is a stamp from the collection, some more sequins, and some of those gears cut apart. And then this piece comes up, and this I stamped in Versamark ink and then used gold embossing powder on it, and then this again I stamped in the rich cocoa ink, and these are just some more stamps from the collection. This is a little fish that I cut out and used the branch from the Sizzix die to kind of mimic seaweed. I know it's not exactly that, but I just kind of did that. Added some gears and some sequins to that just to give it a little more thick stability. And then I added these two little pieces, and these are just cutouts from the 8x8 collection, and I just added paper front and back. And there's a train, because it wouldn't be one of my videos without it. So we just kind of stick that back in there. This page right here, I used this little guy from the paper collection, and I fussy cut him and then used him as a belly band. I had different plans for this page originally. This page right here was going to be an acetate overlay piece, and I just couldn't get it to stick to the acetate. Sorry about the wiggle of the camera. So I fussy cut him and used him as a belly band, and then added these two little pieces right here to kind of tuck behind, and they're just backed on black cardstock. And I added not only the gears, but I also added some sequins there. This is just a little half pocket with a tag, and so this little octopus is just a stamp from the paper collection that I fussy cut. Added some of those branches, some gears, and some sequins, and called it good. And then this little tag right here is a Tim Holtz tag. Wait, is this the Tim Holtz tag? Yeah, this is one of the Tim Holtz tags, and I just backed it on black cardstock, added a little gear to cover up the hole, added a little bling piece right there, and some lace. Called it good. This is a giant flip out page, and I'll show you in just a second. Right here is a wonderful little tuck piece, so if they had a picture they could put it there. And then you use the little pull and it opens up. And on this is just paper from the paper collection, and then I used more of the Versamark ink and gold embossing powder, and I just stamped the octopus stamp all around. So I kept that one pretty simple and fairly flat. This is just another little stamp from the paper collection, another fussy cut piece. This is one of those little starfish, some gears, and some more of those seaweed branch pieces. They're branches, but again, you can tuck something behind that. The back piece is just another little belly band with the little fishy from the paper collection. So this is a border, and I just cut one of the little fishes out, and I created these two little tuck pieces. Apparently one I backed with cardstock, one I did not. I don't know why, but that was just what happened. So, and then I added some sequins to the belly band itself. Okay. Alright, and then on the back, just more paper from the paper collection. It's so pretty. So that, in a nutshell, is my Voyage Under the Sea little mini album. And I don't think I've ever made a mini album that small. This was definitely a test. And I had a lot of fun doing it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.